Welcome everybody to Juggernaut's Retro Reviews, and this is episode 3 of Juggernaut's Retro Reviews. And today we're going to be reviewing WWE Money in the Bank 2011. And through the month of June we are reviewing every WWE Money in the Bank installment. And the last one I did was Money in the Bank 2010, and you guys can go check that out. The link will be down below in the description after you guys check this one out. And I am recording this on Wednesday, and it's going to be going up on Thursday, so have an eye out for that. But this show was really good. I really enjoyed the show top to bottom. This is one of my favorite pay-per-views of all times, and like during the PG era, even not in the PG era. This is one of my favorite pay-per-views of all times. You know, it could be part of the Ruthless Aggression, part of the Attitude Era, part of the Golden Era. This is just one of my favorite pay-per-views of all times, and I really enjoyed it. And I mean, there was one thing I didn't enjoy on the show, but everything else on here was really, really good, and I really enjoyed it. And I remember me watching this back in 2011. Like I can remember me watching this show like top to bottom. But let's go ahead and get started with this review. And 2011 wasn't the best year in professional wrestling, but during the summer of 2011, it was like just firing on all cylinders. Like, it was just really good. But towards the end of 2011, it started going downhill slowly, like really bad. I didn't like the fall of 2011, but the summer of 2011 was just really, really good with the Punk versus Cena rivalry, with the whole Randy Orton and Christian rivalry that was going on SmackDown. I mean, everything was just good. But enough rambling on, let's go ahead and get started with this review. So, the first match that they got kicked off with was the SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match, which this was a pretty much trend throughout the years. You know, 2010 started with the SmackDown Money in the Bank match. 2011 was, the SmackDown Money in the Bank. 2012, SmackDown Money in the Bank, and then 2013, SmackDown Money in the Bank. That started when the brand split started to die off, which, they're bringing the brand split back now. But I thought these matches were really good. I really enjoyed the SmackDown Money in the Bank matches more than the Raw Money in the Bank matches. It's just that, you have more of the up and coming stars in the SmackDown Money in the Bank matches, and you had more of the veterans in the Raw Money in the Bank matches. The more established guys, more of the big stars in the Money in the Bank match, in the Raw Money in the Bank matches. But the participants we had in the SmackDown Money in the Bank match were Kane versus Sin Cara versus Daniel Bryan versus Wade Barrett versus Justin Gabriel versus Sheamus versus Heath Slater versus Cody Rhodes. And there was this really cool spot I liked in the match that Sheamus did on Sin Cara. Like, Sheamus had a ladder across the announce table to the ring, and Sheamus did a powerbomb off the apron through the ladder through Sin Cara. That was a really cool spot, and that was pretty much way to write off Sin Cara because that was his first strike. He violated the wellness policy, so that pretty much wrote him off. And freaking Sin Cara sold that so well. I thought he was dead. Like, seriously, it looks like he was like having a seizure there because like his hands started shaking, his whole body started shaking, and they stretchered him out. And freaking, I thought that spot was so really cool during the match. Justin Gabriel, he hit a pretty cool spot in the match where he did a 450. There was a ladder on top of the turnbuckle, and he did, I think, a 450 on Kane, if I'm not mistaken. It was Kane or Wade Barrett, one of them. No, Kane or Sheamus. I think it was Kane. Yeah, it was Kane. So he did a 450 splash on Kane. That was a cool spot during the match. Heath Slater, he did some pretty cool spots. Daniel Bryan did nice spots in this match. I mean, everybody was like pretty much doing really cool spots in this match, and everybody pretty much hit their finisher. Cody Rhodes, he teared it up in this match. He did really good. This was before he became the Intercontinental Champion, and he still had his whole mask gimmick going on there. He was tearing it up in this match, and he was one of my persons who I was predicting to win this match, because like pretty much every year I predicted him to win the Money Bank, which he never did win it, which I don't understand why he never won the Money in the Bank. But another person I was predicting to win was Sheamus, and Sheamus, he was doing really good, which he would turn face like I think it was like a week later, because he would start his rivalry with Mark Henry, which we'll talk about more about Mark Henry in a little bit. Wade Barrett, he was doing really good in this match. But the winner of the match would be Daniel Bryan, which wasn't really expecting him to win. And, of course, this pay-per-view is in Chicago, which they really popped hard when Daniel Bryan won. And, because he's a indie darling, as everybody would say. But it was Daniel Bryan and Wade Barrett, like they pretty much were on the same side of the ladder. And, like, there was a bridge ladder, like from the turnbuckle to an air ladder. And pretty much, Daniel Bryan did, pretty much kicked Wade Barrett in the skull, and pretty much then knocked Wade Barrett, like, out there. And Daniel Bryan climbed up the ladder and grabbed the SmackDown Money in the Bank briefcase. And some thoughts that were going through my mind at the show, like, when Daniel Bryan won, I go like, man, could Daniel Bryan be the first person who actually fails to cash in the briefcase? Because that's what people were thinking in their mind, that Daniel Bryan might be the first one who, fails to cash in the briefcase. And go like, damn, that would suck if he fails to cash in. But of course, he wouldn't fail to cash in, and he would cash it at the TLC pay-per-view in later on that year against Mark Henry and the Big Show. But this was a very good match, really good way to get the show started, and the crowd was so hot during the whole night, and this was a great way to open up the show. And of course, Chicago, this became a really good trend of hot Chicago crowds. 2011 to current right now, their crowds are so good. But this was a really, really fun match here. I really enjoyed it. And then next we had the Divas Championship match. We had Kelly defending the Divas Championship against Brie Bella. And now, I'm not saying everything was great on the show. This was one of the low points on the show. But, this was decent for what it was. They tried. That's all you can say. Kelly had Eve in her corner, and Brie Bella had Nikki in her corner. Like I said, this was decent for what it was. Nothing really special happened in this match for the 5 minutes I got in the match. But, it's a Kelly match. That you're expecting to get that. Nothing special out of Brie Bella and Kelly match. But Kelly won the match. Nothing special. I'm happy they kept the match short. And, this was when Divas sucked. And back at this time, you would see some good matches here and there, but I'm happy they just kept it short. And Kelly won, so yeah, enough about that match. And then next we had Big Show versus Mark Henry, and this was another short match, which I actually kind of enjoyed this match. It was actually pretty good. Mark Henry just pretty much squashed the Big Show. This was a 5-minute domination match. This is when Mark Henry was doing his whole Hall of Pain gimmick, in which I actually kind of like this Hall of Pain gimmick. I didn't mind it, where he just went on a tear and pretty much gave Big Show the world's strongest slam in dominant fashion. He beat him up, and then Mark Henry won the match. And then after the match, he got his steel chair and pretty much did a splash from the top, pretty much from the second turnbuckle, and did a splash on his leg. And that pretty much wrote Big Show off of television for a little bit until he would come back. And Big Show had to get stretchered out and pretty much put Big Show on the shelf. And that will continue Mark Henry's dominance with his whole Hall of Pain gimmick, which I actually really enjoyed this, like I said. But yeah. And then next we had was the Raw Money in the Bank ladder match. This was a chance, to cash in on the WWE Champion. Participants we had in this match were Rey Mysterio, Kofi Kingston, Alex Riley, Evan Bourne, Alberto Del Rio, The Miz, R-Truth, and Jack Swagger. Rey Mysterio, he was pretty much the really veteran in this match. Kofi Kingston, he wasn't really a veteran in this match, but Evan Bourne, he did a nice, he did his shooting star press off of top of ladder out by ringside on everybody. That was a really cool spot in the match. Kofi Kingston, he held his own pretty much during the match. Alex Riley, he was kind of a dark horse in this match, as you would say. Like, he was kind of getting a little push there, which I really wasn't expecting him to win the match. Rey Mysterio, he's pretty much the veteran, like I said. R-Truth, he didn't do bad. Like, none of these participants did really bad in this match. I mean, Jack Swagger was in there pretty much for shits and giggles. You know, he had no chance of winning this match. The Miz, he was like doing this, like, I think he was like dangling from like the briefcase, or you know, something happened, and he fell down and like tweaked his ankle or leg, and he had to get taken backstage with the guy, which I didn't know if it was real or if it was kayfabe, or because you know, earlier in the night we saw Sin Cara get carted off, so you know, maybe it could have been real, maybe it couldn't. But if it was fake, he sold the hell out of that. I mean, he came back out pretty much hobbled on his leg, and Chicago gave him a big pop, you know, because Chicago loves to cheer the heels most of the time, because you know, they are a sparky crowd there in Chicago. But the Miz came back out, and the Rey Mysterio thought he was going to be winning the briefcase, but getting the briefcase, but the Miz, you know, pretty much came back and fought Rey Mysterio on the ladder, which Chicago hasn't really been the biggest fan. They never really liked, Mysterio, because they didn't like him really in 2006 when he won the World Championship. They didn't like him here, and they didn't like him really at Judgment Day in 2009. So I don't know really why they never liked Rey Mysterio, but the thing is, Chicago never really liked Mysterio. I mean, they never really liked. I mean, they like faces, but the thing is, this like Mysterio for some odd reason. I don't know why, but pretty much Rey Mysterio will cost the Miz, which that will kind of kickstart a rivalry with them during the rest of the summer. But the winner of the match was Alberto Del Rio. He would pretty much take off the mask of Alberto. He would take off the mask of Alberto. He would take off the mask of Rey Mysterio, and pretty much Rey Mysterio was trying to cover his face so no one would see his face, and the ladder would tip over, and that would cause Alberto Del Rio's ladder to tip over. So he had to reassemble his ladder, put his ladder back up, and then he would climb the ladder and grab the Raw briefcase, which that's what pretty much everybody was predicting who to win. Which that was my prediction, to win the 2011 Raw Money in the Bank ladder match, Alberto Del Rio, which we would see him more later on during the night. But yeah, good match here. I really enjoyed it. But like I said, I like the SmackDown Money in the Bank a lot better than the Raw Money in the Bank. But everybody pretty much held their own in this match also. And then next was the World Heavyweight Championship match. This was the first of two title defenses during the night, and Randy Orton was the champion, and he was defending against Christian. And if Randy Orton would get himself disqualified, he would lose the money. God, I am botching right now. He would lose the World Heavyweight Championship. And pretty much Christian, you know, this was his whole gimmick, you know, pretty much where he did this whole one more chance gimmick. And I actually really enjoyed this rivalry during the whole summer. But the best match I think they had was with each other was Over the Limit 2011. That was their best match in my opinion. But this was still a really good match. I really enjoyed it. Christian, you know, he pretty much just tried to anger Randy Orton during the whole match. I mean, they did some really good stuff during this match here. I also like their Capital Punch match a little better than this match, but I'm not saying this match is bad, but this match was really good. You know, pretty much Randy Orton was just trying to take his aggression out on Christian, but you know, he wasn't trying to get himself disqualified, and you know, the referee about disqualifying him at a few points during the match. And Christian, you know, he just kept running away because he was being that pussy heel. And there was one point during the match where Christian spit in the face of Randy Orton. And then that just really ticked off Randy Orton. And then Randy Orton pretty much low-blowed Christian. And your new World Heavyweight Champion will be Christian. God dang it. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. My phone's ringing here. Okay, guys, I am back. Sorry about that, but back to what my point was saying. So Christian would become your new World Heavyweight Champion after Randy Orton got himself disqualified. And this did not make Christian look strong at all, in no shape or form. But Randy Orton pretty much would take Christian by the announce table and pretty much RKO him 2 times through the announce table. But the announce table would not break. And pretty much this will continue their feud going into SummerSlam, which I really enjoyed their SummerSlam match. Also, which we'll be talking about that later on during the summer months. But this was, this was fun. And pretty much this will, like I said, continue their feud. But I don't really like the point where they had the low blow, and I don't like the disqualification one, but I understand why they did this, pretty much to continue their feud. But like I said, I really enjoyed it. And next we had was the main event. It was for the WWE Championship. We had John Cena versus CM Punk. This is a really good match. I really enjoyed it. I love the whole storyline going into this match, where pretty much it was on June 27th, 2011, where CM Punk pretty much did this whole pipe bomb and said on July 17th, I'm going to be walking out with your WWE Championship. And, pretty much John Cena had to, pretty much stand up for the company, be patriotic hero for the company. And pretty much the stipulation behind this match was if John Cena lost, he would be fired, which pretty much he got fired before and he was pretty much there the next night. So, this wasn't really anything. The face of the company wouldn't ever be fired. Why would they fire John Cena? Because he's the face of the company. But this was a really good match. The whole style that they were doing, like the whole, they had really great in-ring work together with each other. This was really, really fun match. And the entrance was CM Punk. The crowd was just so behind CM Punk. Because they were in Chicago also. But, Punk was being a heel at this time also. And the announcers going like, why is everybody cheering CM Punk? And pretty much because he's going to be leaving, the WWE. Like, why would they want to cheer him? But, this was so good. Everything about this match was really good. And they got like about 30 minutes to work in this match. And, I just can't do this match justice. You guys need to go check it out on a WWE Network. Or if you have it on DVD, go check it out on DVD. One of the two. Because this match was really good. This is one of my favorite matches of all times. And I just can remember watching this, on my computer. Because, at the time I wasn't able to watch pay-per-views. Because $60 for pay-per-view, because that's probably the money my mom would never buy a pay-per-view for me. But this match was really good, and towards the end of the match, John Cena had CM Punk locked in the STF, and then John Laurinaitis and Vince McMahon would come out, or Johnny Ace, and Vince McMahon would come out, and pretty much like, oh shit, there's gonna be a screw job here. Like maybe there might be a double turn where they turn Cena heel and they turn Punk face. But when Cena having the STF locked in, Vince McMahon was calling for the bell, but the bell would not ring. And then he told Johnny Ace pretty much to go down there to have the bell rung. And then John Cena slid out of the ring and pretty much punched John Laurinaitis in the face and pretty much said to Vince McMahon, that's not how we're doing this. I'm not winning that way. And then John Cena slid back in the ring and got hit by a GTS, and CM Punk pinned him for the 1, 2, 3, and your new WWE champion, CM Punk. And freaking, I jumped out of my seat when CM Punk won. I go like, oh my gosh, CM Punk is leaving with the WWE Championship. And then pretty much Vince McMahon, he ran over to the announce table and he said, bring out Alberto Del Rio, bring out Alberto Del Rio. And I go like, oh shit, we're going to have a cash in. Alberto Del Rio's going to cash in the briefcase. But then Alberto Del Rio came out. When he slid in the ring, CM Punk clocked him with a roundhouse kick. And then CM Punk ran over to the barricade and then pretty much blew Vince McMahon a kiss, which, I love that picture when he blows him a kiss and runs up the stairs and celebrates with the Chicago crowd, with his hometown, with the WWE Championship, and then he runs out of the arena. That's how they end off the show. I mean, that was excellent. And that was one time where you would see CM Punk actually smiling, because he doesn't really smile a whole lot, because, he's a dick in real life sometimes. But that was one point where you would actually see Punk smiling, which I really enjoyed this match. Really fun show during the whole night. Like I said, if you haven't watched the show, go on the network and watch it. This was the best Money in the Bank installment, in my opinion. And who knows, maybe 2016 will be better, because the whole AJ Styles and John Cena match, kind of has a feel like John Cena versus CM Punk match, in my opinion, because on Raw, pretty much how AJ Styles said that John Cena buries people like AJ Styles, which I'm like, man, this feels like a pipe bomb type of thing. That I don't know, this kind of has a feel like that. But if I had to pick a match for you to watch, it would be, of course, the main event, John Cena versus CM Punk. Excellent match, 5-star match, really, really fun, really enjoyed it. But that was the end of my Money in the Bank 2011 review. And if this is your first time ever checking out one of my videos, please smash that subscribe button. That would really help me out a whole lot. And also, go follow me on the Twitter at the TrueJSB. And also go follow me on Instagram, the TrueJSB, Snapchat, the TrueJSB1. All my links for all my social media will be down in the description below. So go down there, that would be good. And also the link for the Money in the Bank 2010 will be down below, so you guys can go check that out. Also, but like I said, really fun show, best Money in the Bank pay-per-view of all, like best Money in the Bank that they had. So yeah, but enough of me rambling on. The next video got coming up for you will be my Money in the Bank 2012, which I'll probably be on. I'll say Saturday. I'll be on Saturday, so Money in the Bank 2012 will be on Saturday, and then we got 2013 probably on Monday, and then 2014 on next Saturday, and then we got my Money in the Bank 2016 review probably then the Monday after that. So yeah, just stay tuned for all my videos. And then of course, last night we had my NXT Takeover the end predictions. I mean, not predictions, review, sorry. Botch it right there. And we also had some live reactions for NXT Takeover the end, so you guys can go check those out also. But yeah, Juggernaut saying peace out, and I guess I'll catch you guys in my next video. So peace out.